Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I got to start with this from Crypto Reviewing. I think this is how most people feel in crypto right now. And I was surprised that this came from them because they review all of the utility tokens. They know what's coming. But they said this: crypto is becoming exhausting as an investor. Market manipulation, altcoin dilution, pump and dump scams, you name it. Crypto just isn't the same anymore. That's the sad reality. Long gone are the days in 2017 and 2021 cycles where investing in altcoins was fun. You'd spend time in the trenches researching to find a promising project, and it would have a great chance of 5x, 10x, or even 100x. Nowadays, it's most likely going to rug pull. Hopefully things change soon. And hopefully we get to see the fun return to investing in crypto. As the market matures, institutions, whales, and scammers are killing this market. What once made crypto so unique is slowly dying. Nowhere else in the world could you 10x, 20x, or 100x your investment in a few days or weeks. Crypto changed so many lives for the better, but now it's a rigged game designed to drain investors of their hard-earned money. Change is urgently needed, whether that's regulation to control the scammers, or laws to stop whales, insider trading, and clear market manipulation. I don't think the days of crypto being fun are over yet. I think what's happening is this: the market is maturing, and there's only going to be a handful of winners when all the dust settles. Meme coins are going to be gone. But this cycle, I think it took a toll on most people because we see the chart looking very good one day, and then all of a sudden a real world event happens, or there's talk of tariffs, or something happens in the crypto space, and right away there's another delay in this cycle, pushing it out even further. But you know, we are in an investment that can change your life over the course of just a few weeks. And when it changes lives, I mean, the excitement's going to be back, the fun's going to be back. But after that happens, I think everything going forward is going to look a lot different because of regulations. Axelar has a unique perspective on why institutions are moving to tap into public blockchains. Take a listen to this.
If you think about why institutions and enterprises are looking at the space, it's because they have these fragmented, data siloed systems today, right? And one of the big kind of concerns is obviously vendor lock-in, right? And I think that, you know, as tokenization moves forward, which I think is kind of the other theme of this, right? As you're seeing kind of real world assets move on chain, as these, you know, back office systems that, you know, 10 disparate banks have become a little bit redundant because they can outsource a lot of that to public infrastructure.
And that's where all the problems are, in the back office, on the back end. That's where Swift is. Now, as these institutions pour into this space, they're going to want something that is trusted. Something like XRP. This comes from Riz. He says, the trust factor. Take a listen to what Chris Larson says.
What's your biggest achievement with Ripple so far?
Well, I think that we've earned the trust, of this world of enterprise, financial players and payment players, and even treasury operations. And that takes a lot of work. Like, I mean, you kind of look at it. I think we're in a pretty remarkable place in a very, very big industry that, you know, it takes a lot of work and consistency to get that position. So I love that we've succeeded in the position that we're in.
And that's why the institutions want to hold XRP, why they want to work with a company like Ripple, because they are a trusted company. And that changes everything, because crypto, if from looking at it from the outside in, right away people hear the stories of volatility, how people lost everything, the crash of FTX and so on. So when you see one company that has already gained the trust of the financial institutions, that's already working with the banks, that's where the institutions are also going to park their money. This comes from the CEO of Uphold. Over the next decade or so, $80 trillion will be handed down from my generation to Gen Z and millennials. The big difference is that banks were built for a 9-to-5 world, but today's heirs live in a different one. 42% of U.S. Gen Z investors own crypto, compared to 36% of millennials. Only 4% prefer visiting a bank branch. Institutions that blend trust with modern tech will win the wealth transfer. Those who won't will lose deposits to whoever speaks Gen Z and millennial. You know, if you talk to anyone that is most likely in those two categories, either Gen Z or millennial, they don't want to deal with the banks. They have better options. They have cash apps, things like that. And the bank, if they want to get those customers back, if they want to adapt to the younger generation or relate to the younger generation, they have to also work with modern tech, or they're just going to get left behind. You know, once you find a better solution than the local bank branch or a bank in general, you're going to go over to that solution. It's the same reason that all of Swift's 11,000 customers that are not happy customers will come over to RippleNet and XRP. White House crypto czar David Sachs says July will be a big month, with a bill signing for Genius and Clarity going to the Senate. And I saw so many people saying, a big month for who? You or me? Because they believe that this market is being manipulated by this administration as well. He literally called the bottom. You see, the president posted, this is a great time to buy. And this is where we were back then. But you know, they can manipulate the market all they want right now. That's going to change with utility. When something's being utilized globally, like RippleNet and XRP, Stellar, XLM, XDC, and so on, when they're being utilized globally, it's going to be hard to manipulate these cryptocurrencies going forward. That's the way I look at it. This comes from Decent Wallet. The XRP Ledger EVM sidechain testnet is now supported on Decent Wallet. Built by Pierces, powered by Ripple X Dev. Fast like XRP, smart like Ethereum. Discover new dApps, farm yields, and bridge tokens, all from your Decent wallet. I like the fact that Decent is integrating with the XRP Ledger. You know, I'm a fan of Decent. I've never had one issue with it, and that is why I chose to have an affiliate with them. Plus, they answer the phone, or they answer you back when you have a problem. Exchanges are a scam. This comes from Crypto Beast. Binance, scam. Coinbase, scam. Bybit, scam. Exchanges are a bridge, not a bank. If you store crypto on centralized exchanges, it's not even yours to begin with. You're giving them control over it and hoping they don't run away with it. We've seen it before. FTX, Celsius, BlockFi. People lost everything. Not your keys, not your coins is real. To store your crypto, use Ledger or Decent or another wallet. To trade using leverage, use Hyperliquid. To swap coins, use Uniswap. To bridge, use Hyperlane. To swap coins between different chains, use SimpleSwap. You have absolutely no excuse not to take control before someone else does. Exchanges are for one thing: getting in and out of crypto. That's it. If you're holding funds on them, you're trusting middlemen in a system built to eliminate them. Does that make sense to you? Would you store your life savings in someone else's safe? Someone you never met? Exactly. And I always tell you, I don't trust any exchange 100%. I think Uphold is solid. I also like MEXC. I'm not a fan of Coinbase. They look solid, but I don't know what goes on behind the scenes at Uphold. And, I always look at it like this: be safe instead of sorry. Indian vendors can now receive U.S. payments in hours. Zill Money launches cross-border payment solution. More Ripple rails in India. Transforming U.S. business in the U.S. to India business relations. The international payment feature leverages Ripple's advanced blockchain technology to deliver unprecedented speed and transparency in cross-border money transfers. For Indian businesses, this blockchain-powered payment system means faster access to working capital and improved cash flow management when dealing with American clients. Like I said, you could utilize it like a trust layer. And again, more Ripple rails inside of a BRICS country. You think this is happening by coincidence? This is happening by design. America is open for business. Take a listen to Tim Scott here.
But the last question I'll pose to you all is, what message do you hope the Genius Act and your upcoming market structure legislation sends to entrepreneurs, developers, and fintechs looking to build innovative businesses here in the United States?
My answer is simple: open for business. Yeah. America is open for business. We will be the cryptocurrency capital of the world, period. That is our objective. We will achieve our objective. I believe that is the fastest path to American supremacy economically, and there is no other way to get there. This is here to stay. Anyone who doubts that, they're wrong. And so we need to make sure that we do whatever it takes for us to be the innovative capital of the world, which allows investors to come in. Consumer and protection allows for our consumers to engage in a fair marketplace with certainty and predictability. And with the AML provisions that will be a part of the market structure legislation, it allows us to do the right thing over and over again and protect those folks who have nefarious intentions.
One thing that they're going to do through regulations is they're also going to have retail protection. In other words, you're not going to have the rug pulls of the past. You're not going to have these people creating coins, hyping it up, people investing in it, and then they run off with these people's money. Things are going to change very fast. And, crypto, the fun is not going to be gone out of crypto either. I think it's going to mature, but I think it's still going to be like one of those things that you get excited about because you're invested in it. You see the future. It's going to set you financially free. And then you could go have all the fun you want, even outside of crypto, because you'll have the money and the time to do it. Will Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit now delay affect XRP ETFs? So everybody wants to know if the lawsuit is going to slow down the ETFs. Even though the Ripple vs. SEC case isn't over yet, this latest delay isn't expected to block or slow down ETF plans for XRP, as long as the SEC doesn't aggressively enforce the injunction. XRP trading and potential ETF discussions will likely continue moving forward. I really don't think we're going to see an XRP ETF until the case ends. I think Atkins is going to want to clear that up first and then start approving the ETFs. And I mean, I'm sure these institutions that filed for an XRP ETF, I'm sure they are pressuring the SEC right now. I think this case needs to be done already. It's the only case left. I mean, all these other crypto cases are gone now. So why not just get it done and over with? And some people would argue it's just not time yet, because most people that have been in XRP for a long period of time, even before the case started, they look at this like one big movie playing out. The movie does have a happy ending because we all get rich at the end. But it's like everything has to happen at a specific time. And that's what I've seen as an XRP investor myself. You know, even when you thought the case was going to be done, it just got delayed once again. And hopefully it all wraps up before Fedwire, before November. People are now saying August is the new timeline. I think it's going to end out of nowhere, to be honest with all of you. I think Ripple is just going to say, okay, let's pay the money and move forward. That's what it's going to come down to, in my opinion. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.